So, this is my plan. Desk, seating, storage. This is the official start of the study/dining renovation. It's been almost 2 years since I bought an old Swedish house, and I have just finished renovating my latest project, the guest house. Now this is finished alongside the kitchen and bedroom, but most importantly this means I have a nice place to live in while I tackle the future study and dining room. I've been sleeping here for the past week and it's been such a nice place to retreat. It's so small and I feel like I'm so close to being outside all the time. Life has been so incredibly busy and I've been trying to stay focused on the projects I'm able to tackle as opposed to everything I wish I could be doing right now. But despite being busy, life around me is quiet. I've actually been trying to meet up with someone for the first time, which has been really difficult. It made me realize that I've created a schedule which is the opposite of other people's. Clearly I haven't had to meet up with friends as I used to in London. Usually my weekends would be free to see people, but now these days are meant for work. Perhaps this is the season in my life to be quiet, and I am quite happy for my phone to remain silent. I think this might be a good time to talk about this week's sponsor, which is Incogni. As much as I appreciate a quiet life despite being on social media, I also like my online existence to remain as peaceful as possible. Unfortunately, being online, signing up to websites like Facebook and taking out credit cards means your personal data is being held by many companies. This data often ends up getting sold to data brokers who try to collect as much information about you as they can, such as your name, address, social security number and IP address. Some even end up creating lists of people so they can specifically target disadvantaged groups. So this is when you begin to receive things like spam calls, which to me, especially when I lived in the UK, was quite an annoyance, to the point where I stopped answering my phone unless I knew that I recognized the number. But all this information online also puts you at other risks, such as identity theft, people taking out loans under your name, or health insurance companies raising your rates based on your online activity. So this is where Incogni steps in. It's as easy as creating an account, and Incogni will approach all these data brokers on your behalf and ask for them to remove your data. It's something you could never try and do yourself, and the system will continuously get your data removed without you having to worry about anything. I will leave the link in the description for you to check it out yourself. I also have a personal promo code WildFlowers, which will get you 60% off your annual Incogni plan, so now would be a good time to try it. And thanks again to Incogni for sponsoring this video today. Alright, it's time to properly clear this room. All of this is supposed to be not here. It's a huge mess as well. There's like boxes and paint. When this is cleared, it's starting. It's officially starting. I am very overwhelmed by everything. I mean, look at this. Oh. Also, this is furniture that was left when I bought the house. This is garden furniture. So it's a table I've been working at for the past 2 years. I guess it's going back outside again. Even though I don't own too many personal items, clearing out the one space that I've been living in and keeping warm during winter means it is a huge mess. Cleaning up actually feels like such a relief to finally be moving forward with the main house. It's exciting, but it's also strange to see the space going back to what it looked like when I first bought it. Oh my gosh. I think this is going to be a nice little space. Imagine a desk all the way down here, laptop, sewing machine, patterns and fabric, just lots of space for everything. I think I've wanted that my entire life. I've been having some issues with leaf beetles. There's a couple of trees and they completely stripped the trees from leaves, which is really sad. I'm not quite sure how I can deal with really large trees like that, but then I realized I can also see them on here, which is really sad. And I have some diatomaceous earth, but I can't really spray it on these because it will harm the bees and the butterflies as well. So I don't really know how to get rid of them. These past few weeks, everything outside has been changing so rapidly. From the first blossoms and beginnings of leaves to wildflowers and tall grasses, every day new plants appear and suddenly all these bare trees are blooming with bright green leaves. I'm clearing this patch because I'm hoping to sow more flowers underneath the tree. If I can attract the right birds and ladybugs, then I'm hoping that they will eat all the leaf beetles. This spring, I really feel such a difference in my own mood. Maybe it's because this winter was just really boring, but for the first time, I've actually felt a lot of excitement along with the weather changing. I was never too bothered by winter, which is one of the reasons I've always felt comfortable moving to Sweden. But this year, I've really felt such joy with the longer days, the warmer weather, and life is just so much easier when it's no longer cold. Being able to comfortably work on projects outside or use the kitchen inside even, and just being warm is such a relief. At the same time, the amount of budding projects are increasing. With the garden work, the house, the exterior, the terrace, I have so many things I would like to complete this summer that would really enrich my life. But the tricky thing is that it's almost impossible to just choose a few and focus on those because so many are intertwined. I can't begin to just grow a few vegetables without finishing the fence around the garden. I can't just plant a few flowers without cutting away the grass and taking away the turf. I can't build a deck around the house without scraping away all the paint on the house, choosing new colours and painting the exterior. I love the opportunity of this time and the ease of the new circumstances, but I'm also a little bit overwhelmed with what I want to achieve. I think I may have picked up too many groceries. Wow. Okay, so this is what we're left with now. So nice and bright here now. Outside, so this table needs to go outside. That was in the shed. I could actually really use this in the other room right now, which is my timber storage wood cutting room, but at the moment I wouldn't even be able to get it in there, so not quite sure about that. And my white chair is going into the guest house. Alrighty, chair. I'm gonna take you out of here. This was not a problem before I put the little thing on. Wow. I really was living in the most disgusting room ever. I mean, I did clean it when I first moved in. I guess you have to clean more often. Anyways, let's talk about my plan. Do ignore my little radiator. I don't have anywhere to put it. I'll just cover it with a piece of fabric. Also ignore my little children's slides, which I use because I don't like sleeping in the dark. And my lamp. They're here to stay. So this is like being back to 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, when I first bought the house, and it looked like this. I shared my plans for this space a while ago, but I thought I would do a quick recap. This study will have a large desk, storage along one wall, and banquette seating below the south-facing window. There will be enough space for a dining table, which is the room's secondary function. I intend to keep the materials simple, just like the kitchen. light timbers, a clean, unified space with most of the furniture built in to avoid clutter. I got some questions last time about all of the different rooms in a house and how I was going to plan the functions within them, because I only have basically 3 rooms. I've got a kitchen with an entrance area, I have a living room with a fireplace, and I have this room. And this is going to be a study slash dining area. And the living room is going to also incorporate a pull-out bed that is hidden within a bunkhead seating. And I got lots of responses saying, why don't you put the dining area in the living room and then the bedroom and the study together? To me, it makes absolutely no sense to combine a bedroom with a study. Why would you combine 2 opposing functions in one room? You're combining the functions in which you are the most productive, as in working, with the function of when you're essentially unconscious, when you're asleep. It makes no sense to put those 2 things in one room. If I'm working behind my desk, I don't want to look behind me and see a bed and be reminded of doing nothing. It makes no sense whatsoever. I think people only put studies in their bedrooms because they've run out of space. I know you can put a Murphy bed in there, but Murphy beds take up a lot of space. Essentially, you're creating a huge closet which you can't use for storage. And putting a dining area in my living room also isn't very attractive because that living room is very, very small. It's not actually possible to add a dining table in that living room. So essentially, this room will be a productive room in which you're actively doing things. The dining function is really secondary. It's just for if I have people over. The living room will be the relaxing room where you will be at the end of the day, where you're just lying on the sofa and you don't have to work. So that is just going to be kind of evening relaxing space. And then the bed will be hidden within the sofa, so there will be a pull-out bed. I don't really like bedrooms anyways. I'm not going to devote an entire room to me being unconscious. So yeah, that's that. This is going to be mainly a study, and I'm going to begin with sanding the ceiling and sanding the windows, but that will quickly turn into me pinning in the flooring, and then I can start working on just building the furniture and putting in the walls. So today is my birthday, so my plan was to make a dress today, a birthday dress. But then I realised that I forgot to actually wash the fabrics beforehand, so I washed them this morning. But they're already getting dry, so I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to make. I was going to make something with this burnt orange fabric, but the dress for that is actually a little bit involved, so I might think about making something a little bit easier so I can actually finish it today. Okay, I'm changing my mind again. I actually started washing a third fabric, thinking that I was going to make this specific dress for this fabric, but I think I'm gonna go back to, I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna do this. This is one of the very first fabrics I bought like a year ago, I think, like a while ago, and it's just it's not enough fabric to do much with, and also it's been cut a bit crooked, so I want to turn it into a really simple dress. I haven't really figured it out yet. But I think I'm just going to do it, because in theory it's simple, it's just the fabric. I just need to make sure that it's enough of a dress, so there's something for me to wear, because I like enough fabric to cover myself, right? But I do want to turn it into a dress. I don't really want to turn it into anything else. I just like dresses. I don't really like anything else. So I'm gonna try that. I think that's gonna be my birthday present to myself. The dress that I've been wanting to make for like years, a year, whatever. I'm gonna try that. I think I'm gonna try that. So yeah, let's put up this fabric first. I'm not really going to make a pattern for this dress, but I am going to quickly do one for just the top bits. I didn't manage to finish the dress, but it's working out. There's a bit of cutting to do still to get the right shape. I started making the dress without checking that the pattern was actually correct. And I was very much running out of fabric. I only had 1 meter, so I have a couple of patched up bits. I want it to just be really, really simple, really comfortable, and I think it's going to work out. I'm going to put lots of buttons here and then finish it off, so I'm excited about having another new dress. I've noticed a few questions about what I do in my spare time or when I'm bored. But the fact is, since moving here, I really haven't had the opportunity to be bored. Most of my days are spent working, editing, and renovating. Then there's planning and research to do for my projects. At the end of the day, I don't really have the energy for anything else. So the evenings I take to relax, and mostly I watch TV shows until it's time to sleep. Anything else I might want to do, I actually intentionally plan into my days. I filled my planner with tasks every day, and I even struggle to fit in trips to the supermarket, so I will clear a day for a sewing project and make it an official part of my schedule. And I also try to take time in the mornings to write. Even though I have no time limit for this project, I still wish I could do more and do it faster. I guess that's the downside to renovating, because projects always take longer than anticipated, and on top of that, to renovate alone, because one person can only do so much. Wow, I am exhausted. Everything hurts. My body hurts, my hands hurt. The wind feels so good. I've got a load of flower seeds, a whole bunch of different types, and these two patches are going to be wildflower patches. Hopefully I'll see some flowers this year. And there is just a load of other patches that I really want to make, but it's a bit, my plants are too grand for 1 year. I do have all the flowers. I have a load of flowers, I got really excited. But yeah, we'll see. At least I've got these patches, and then I'm gonna do a bit more. It's a start, so just like everything else here, clearing these patches has been a pretty big task. I have to take away quite a bit of soil to make it suitable for perennial wildflowers. I didn't know what to do with the leftover turf, and in the end decided to add it to the borders along my plot. They're filled with rocks and branches and grass clippings, so I decided to just add to the mountain. I actually have 3 other areas around the plot where I'm really hoping to find time to make more clearings and sow different flower seeds. I'm hoping that these next few weeks will let me do that alongside all the work that I'll be doing on the study. I am so excited to be moving forward and transform everything, and I'm going to try and stay relaxed, be flexible, and just do what I can. That way, every day will be a good day, no matter what I do.